We had some silver and gold price action today, folks. Gold actually dipped below in the futures, $3,400. Not much, but it's come right back. We're going to let you know what's going on at the shop. I got an offer for you guys from Pimbex.com, and I will show you what I got today, folks. I'm doing it little by little, just like I preach on this channel. So if you're not yet subscribed, please help me out with that. I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We're about 110 away right now. Maybe 111. Need a little bit of help if you're not yet subscribed. Let's just get into it right now. Look, silver and gold especially, took a little bit of a nosedive. Silver took a nosedive as well. It's come roaring back, folks. Has this manipulation stopped with gold? I would say yes. Has it stopped with silver? Probably not yet. The day's coming, folks, where Jamie Dimon is not going to be able to control the market anymore. You know, who's saying he really is anyways right now? He's been fine. Is it still going on? It's hard to prove. Alright, let me just state that. So, I'm still all on board with silver right now. How far gold is going to reach, you know, we've talked about this before in other videos. I cannot answer that question. I don't know. We're in uncharted territory for gold. That's it. So it's anybody's guess right now. It's well blown past my expectations for the spring months. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm glad it actually went above my expectation. I am surprised. I think most of us are a little bit caught off guard where gold is right now. I mean, I think most of us can admit that we are surprised where gold's at right now. Maybe some of us are a little upset where silver's at. But why are we really upset for? I want to really bring this home. We can purchase more, give up more fiat dollars, folks, for cheaper silver. That's all. We're not buying nothing. We have to get that out of our mind frame. We're not buying nothing. We're just converting. I shown this morning's video what I did last year with the Nidea bars. I'm glad I got them. They were a little bit more expensive when I got them. I debated, like I said this morning, I debated for about a day or two, and I finally pulled the plug on them. Sometimes you gotta sit back and wait and see if it's gonna be okay or just whatever. Look, buy what you can, or convert what you can, I should say. I'm trying to get out of that word buying because we're not buying nothing. Convert as you can, folks. That is what I am doing. That is what I preach on this channel every single day. Don't compare your stack with anybody else's stack. You guys have heard me say all that before, but it's so important to get that message out to the new stackers out there. It's so important. What's going on at the shop? First of all, we got our 90% silver in from California. Everything was boxed up good. We got all 6 boxes. We ran everything to the counter. It's all good. It's all there. Nothing's missing. So we thank you for that. So thank you, United States Postal Service, for doing a good job on that one. We didn't have insurance on it. We took our chances. But like I said, that route from California to here is a pretty reliable route where it goes. So with that being said, we do have all 90% silver in stock right now, which is a good thing. We've already started selling some of the dimes out already. We knew there was not going to be any key dates. This other coin shop does go through them pretty good as well, so we don't even have to go through them, which is also makes our life a little bit easier at the shop. So we just fill up a tray full, gets down a little bit, we dump a little bit more in, and we're starting to sell them already, folks. We're happy to have them in stock right now. How soon they're going to be? We had $3,000 face. I don't know the exact number what we got left out of that, but I know it's probably at least a couple $100 gone already. Keep stacking your 90% silver, folks. Keep stacking it, because it's going to be gone. When it's gone, it's going to be gone. I cannot say that enough. We're having a hard time sourcing in it. today, when gold dropped, I was watching it. The phone was starting to ring off the hook. When gold just started to drop. And I spoke to a middle-aged woman. And I said, just give it about 20 minutes. And she called right at the start of the drop. I said, give it about 20 minutes. I said, I think it's going down a little bit more. So call me back. Well, the phone started ringing off the hook with other people. I'm telling them the same thing. I said, give it 20, 25 minutes here. I said, I think it's going to start. I think we're going to see that dip. And we dipped down a little bit. Then it started going back. So once you guys see it start going back up, give me a call. So I'll lock you in at the bottom price. I says, whatever it starts bottoming out at, whenever you call back, I'll give you the rock bottom price for the day. That's what was it was like 3 or 4 different customers. So they started calling me back, one by one. I sold another 4 ounces of gold with 3 different customers. Three people bought one person won. The woman who I was just talking about, she says, I cannot thank you so much for helping me out. I said, hey, I don't know what's going to happen, but I said, I had a funny feeling this is what was going to happen with this little bit of a dip we had. You know, it is what it is. I'm not always right, but, you know, it is what it is. I said, I'll lock you at the bottom price. I said, whenever you call me back, I'll lock you in at the bottom price. We did that for our customers today, folks. Normally, we don't do that type of stuff. Because I put myself on the line and says, I think we're going a little bit lower right now. And it didn't last very long. Did it? Lasted about half an hour on the dip. And they each got the lowest price. We had to refund a little bit of money from one person to get the lower on the dip there. And everybody's happy. They come in to get their gold this afternoon. They're happy. Let's talk about silver for a moment, folks. People are very concerned about silver. Silver is going to have its day. Remember, silver lags behind gold. When is silver going to take off? Some people, I'm going to just say this, some people think it may be another year. Some people might say it's next month. One of you emailed me and said it's probably going to be by mid-May. We will see. All right, we will see. Not trying to, it's so hard right now with trying to predict what's going on. We got wars breaking out. We got Iran ready to go. Is China ready to invade Taiwan? Trade wars. Is everything coming to around the group, folks? Everything's lining up. Is this all part of the plan to reset the dollar? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I try to keep politics out of my channel as much as I can, but sometimes it's so hard not to talk about politics because, you know, silver and gold are very political sometimes. And it shouldn't have to be. It really shouldn't have to be. Moving forward, you know, we saw last night in the overseas markets, silver did touch over $3,500, believe it or not. $35.09.90, like I said this morning. We haven't come close to that yet in American trading hours. What's going to happen overnight tonight? We will see. We will see if the price holds. We will see where the prices go. People often ask me, Chris, good time to trade gold to silver or gold or silver to gold. I've said that story before, folks. It's going to have to be your call, what your gut tells you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot persuade anybody to do that. Me personally, I like silver too much. So I'm buying silver. That's what I'm buying right now. That's probably all I'm ever going to buy. I'm just being honest with you. I got some gold backs, yes. But other than that, I'm being totally transparent here. That's all I can do is being transparent, honest, what I am doing for myself. And that is exactly what I'm doing. So before we get into what I got for myself today, Check out channel sponsor Pimbex.com, folks. Most of the time they got the best prices out there. Yeah, I went to Pimbex today. I didn't buy anything from Pimbex though today. I was looking at silver maple leaves. I checked a few of the very comparative ones that are very close to Pimbex prices, not the outrageous ones. So I didn't even check the outrageous ones. I checked Hero Bull and I checked Bonnet Metals as well. Pimbex beats both of them as of 2:15 of the recording of this video. Silver Maples 2025, tube of 25. It was 909 even as a recording of this video, folks. They beat out Monument. They beat out Hero Bowling. I am pretty gosh darn sure they beat out everybody else too. Like JM, Atmax, the ones that you guys normally see me list. I didn't have time to go and check them all out. I just want to make sure that I felt comfortable enough saying I do believe channel sponsor Pimbex had the best price on 2025 silver maples, tube of 25, 909 out the door. Folks, if you can afford to get some maples now, get some silver maples. Get what your heart can take. You know, yes, you can buy less than a tube. It's going to cost you a little bit more per an ounce. The best way is go with a tube. I understand that almost over 900 bucks is a lot of money for a lot of people. I understand that. Just keep stacking. Stack what you can. That is what I'm doing, folks. That is what I am doing myself. So thank you, channel sponsor Pimbex, for sponsoring my channel, Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to the viewer out there. It is not possible without you men and women watching my channel. How about a thumbs up? We need some thumbs up, folks. What did I get? You guys know I love my 90% silver. You guys know I like my 40% silver. You guys know I like my 35% war nickels. Time after time I've shown you how I've done it. Well, I'm going to show you again. Today's date is April 22nd, 2025. I happened to find a lot of 1967 40% silver halves. The person wanted $50. So $5 each. I almost offered $45. There was no shipping. I said, the heck with it. I'm going to see if this person will budge at $44. Not even 4 minutes later, this person accepted my offer, folks. I could have paid $45 and not realized he would have taken $44. Now, whether he taken $43, I don't know. But $4.40 a coin, 44 divided by 10 equals $4.40 a coin. The melt value at the time was $4.89. I've done it again, folks. Little by little. I'm trying to get to 2,000 40%ers. I have, right now, 8 more on the way. That's still a previous order. The 9 came in for me yesterday. So that gave me a total of, as of yesterday's count, without the other 9 coming in today, or tomorrow I should say, without this 10, that gave me a count of 1,329. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year. Again, I'm not over going to pay, for one. I'm taking my time. I'm being patient. And sometimes you're going to have to set a price for what you want to pay, and that's it. And you know what? And sometimes it takes a couple days before you find your next deal. Some people will laugh. It was only 10 coins. It's only, well, 10 coins here, 10 coins here, 8 coins here, 7 coins there. It all adds up. I've done it that way, folks. Yes, I bought lots of 20. I bought lots of 100 before, when silver was really cheaper at $22 an ounce. I was going really wild with the 40%. But now silver's gone up. I got my price. I won't pay more than $5 per coin with shipping or without shipping. I include shipping. This one didn't have any shipping in it. Like I said, if you are trying to stack as cheap as possible, do it. You know, be careful on eBay. Yes, I will recommend that. You got to be careful. But there are deals out there to be had. Okay, there are bad people out there will try to take advantage of you on eBay, on Etsy, wherever. If you want to be sure that you're not getting scammed, stay with your local coin shops for one. Stay with online bullion dealers like channel sponsor Pimbex.com, and you never have to worry. But sometimes a lot of times I can't afford to spend $1,000 at a time, or XYZ amount at a time. You know, that is just the way it is. You know, my income has gone down. I'm not sure people. I used to work for Amazon working from home. I was doing that at the coin shop. Lost the Amazon job. They outsourced it to overseas. Now I just got the coin shop, and I'm doing YouTube's helping me out a little bit here. That's how. So I can't afford a lot right now. My income has changed too. You know, so last year was a whole different time frame for me. So I'm not making a lot of big purchases. I'm just not. You gotta purchase what you can when you can. And that is how I'm going about doing it. I've told you folks before, I love dealing with people who don't have a ton of money. I love the people who have a ton of money, though, that come in by monster box. I love the people who just come in by a couple tubes. But the ones that I'm really concerned about is the ones that come in and only can afford $1 or $2 half dollars at a time, not 90% silver halves, can afford $1 or $2 of dimes or quarters, and these people are all working to bust their behind to get what they can. This is why I say on this channel, don't compare your stack with anybody else's stack. Because I didn't start out with all this. It takes time. I started out with a little box, folks. A little safe box. Surefire box, whatever the heck it's called. The ones you can pick up and walk out the house with, even if it's loaded with silver. That took me about a year, maybe a year and a half to fill up. Then I graduated to a safe. Then I graduated to a second safe. Then I have a little bit of off-site location at someone else's home. Then I got about 80 ounces I left back in Maine at another friend's home. I got my stacks kind of spread out a little bit for safety reasons, of course. But at the end of the day, folks, it adds up. Start out with a tube of halves. You know, maybe you can only afford. These are 40% by the way. Maybe you can only afford a half a tube at first. Maybe you can only afford 2 coins at a time. 3 coins at a time. Start a tube. Make a goal for yourselves. Get a tube of silver dimes going. Get a tube of silver quarters going. Make a goal. Say, I'm going to try to get this by the end of this date. And you know what? If you don't make that date, who cares? You tried your rear end off to get it, but it just didn't work out. Let's wake up our friends and the family, folks. Share this video out, because it's very important that we all have some silver in our. Need some 90% silver, especially if you live in the States. We're all going to need this, I do believe. And you know what? Again, we're not buying anything. We're just converting. If 5 years from now nothing happens, 8 years from now nothing happens, and say I give up on it, well, at least they tried. All right? At least they tried. But we have to remember silver and gold for the long-term hold. It's not something we're going to get rich overnight on. It's just not. It's not set up that way. You know, gold's roaring right now. And people are, concerned of how high it's going to go, how high it can go. Never mind all that garbage. Really, never mind all that. Because when it comes down to it, you don't want to convert it back to this. You don't want to convert it back to this. Unless you absolutely have to. Unless you absolutely have to. It's going to come in. I do believe silver and gold are going to be a valuable situation, folks. That's my personal opinion. If I get so concerned at some people that come in and sell and don't need to sell. And I'm going to end it on this note. That need to sell. That don't need to sell. And put money in the bank. They're not educated. They're just not educated what's going on. Teach your friends, whoever you're going to lead your silver and gold to. Whether it's your friends, your family members, whoever. Let them know a little bit about silver and gold. Let them know. You don't have to let them know exactly what you're leaving them. You could say some kind of this. When I pass on, I'm leaving you some silver, some gold, but I want you to realize what the stuff is worth before you take it into a coin shop and make a mistake of selling it. Teach them the value of it. Teach them the history of it, folks. We got the time still. How much time do we have left? That I can't tell you. But we got to teach them now. We got to teach them now. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, and platinum, please reach out. I really enjoy all the emails. I enjoy your comments in the comments section. Thank you for watching. We will keep you updated on the market with silver, gold, and platinum and what's going on at the coin shop. Trying times ahead, I do, my friends. We might want to put our seatbelts on. Talk to you in the morning.